Should you talk about sex before marriage or after the wedding? This is one question many people are avoiding. Maybe it's because they are shy or they're uncomfortable with this question, or they are just wondering what people will say or think of them. So, like someone who has engaged in premarital sex before with his spouse, I just want to come here and give my honest answer to this question. So, if you are planning to get married or you've been married, this is a must for you. Now, here's my honest answer to this question. I want to beg you, if you are planning to be married, please talk about sex. Discuss it with your spouse. Don't get shy discussing it. Openly discuss this with your spouse, I beg you. Now, here's my reasons. Being silent creates unrealistic expectation in marriage when it comes to sex. See, when intending couples go into marriage without talking about sex, they go with so much assumption when it comes to sex. Like, what really made me to come up to make this video was a story my editor shared with me. She said, after writing my book, this book showing here, she told me that we've not added the topic on how to make love to a virgin. And I asked her, no, I'm not concerned with teaching people how to make love, or this book is not written for virgins. And she said, no. Then she shared her story with me. She said she and her husband suffered for 6 months, not knowing what to do because she was a virgin. The husband would try to make love to her. It wasn't working because she was feeling pains. Then it dawned on me that if they've discussed this, it wouldn't have been so. They would have known what to do. And I asked her, during premarital counseling, what were you guys taught? She said they only taught them not to make sleep with each other before marriage. They should wait till marriage. And I asked her, didn't you reach out for help from church members, those who have been married? And she said something very funny. She said, how will you approach your church member to teach you how to open your legs for your husband to come in and the rest? So I kind of like understood what she went through. So I want to tell you that discussing, not being silent about sex as people planning to go into marriage, preparing for marriage, will really help you. I know why I'm saying this. Say it, discuss it. Later in this video, I'll be addressing one of the fears people have, why they encourage people not to talk about sex. I will be addressing that issue later in this video. Now, I want you to do something for me before I share the second reason why you should talk about sex before marriage, if you're planning to go into marriage. Share this video. Some persons need to hear this and really learn from it. I'm begging you, share this video. I know why I'm saying share this video. It will really help you, help people. Because the problem we have is that these issues in marriage have been overlooked. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's just keeping quiet. They assume the couples will go in and understand and learn. People are kept in darkness when it comes to the topic of sex. Now, the second reason why I said talk about sex during dating before you come into marriage is clarity takes away future confusion, future frustration. Now, I want to say this. I don't like pretense in my video. Let me come back to myself. Imagine me and my wife when fornicate, when engage in sexual immorality, still get issues in our marriage when we got married concerning sex. My wife and I, like I've said it in my previous video, almost all my videos about sex, I keep saying this. My wife and I, that were into premarital sex before marriage, had issues. When I got into marriage, I thought I knew everything about sex. My wife reached out to me and said our years of fornication was more enjoyable and fun than our sex life in marriage. So when you discuss sex before going into marriage, you will be understanding your spouse's expectations when it comes to sex and the rest. You will even know your spouse past sexual behavior. Because when I say talk about sex, I'm not saying just ask, have you slept with a woman before? Have you slept with a man before? Understand your spouse sexual behavior. Even in the Bible, it's written, Apostle Paul said something, live with one another with understanding. It's not just communication or financial skills he's talking about. It's also talking about sexual intimacy. So please, talk to your spouse, discuss sex. Don't leave it to chance. Talk about it. Ask your spouse or your husband to be or your wife to be what his favorite sex position, what he dislike about sex. Ask him whether he's cool with morning, afternoon, night sex. Ask him. All these things will really expose you to what you should expect in marriage. Because what I discover with people, it's that they get prepared for an event and not for the lifetime, which is marriage. See, make I tell you something. Forget everything where you they see, whether church or whether anywhere, whether I just don't know what to say. But you see the topic of sex, people shy away from it. But I tell you, this is what is destroying marriages. See, men, let me advise you. Women no longer tolerate what their mothers tolerated in the past. Before, you just come tell your wife you don't bath, have you had your bath, and the rest, you shift her pants and have your way. And whether she's okay or not, she keeps her mouth shut. I'm begging you, this time around, it's no longer that way. Once women speak up or they show you signs that they are not satisfied and you are not able to improve, she will cheat on you. This era, women no longer have high rate of tolerance. Their tolerance rate is low. And when it comes to sexual intercourse, women no longer tolerate poor sex. I'm happy today that my wife spoke and told me our sex life is boring. Though, yes, at first, I accused that she's seen someone, we quarreled. I even discussed it with some persons that my wife is cheating on me and the rest. But I'm telling you, please, discuss it. Now, before I go on to tell you why most people discourage intending couples talking about sex, they tell them not to talk about sex. I want you to do this for me. Be honest. Be honest. Share with me in the comment now whether you support intending couples discussing sex or not. Now, this is why most people discourage intending couples not to talk about sex. They believe that engaging in sex will lead to the intending couple experimenting it. But they forget this. Discussing expectations and engaging in the act is two different things. I've seen people who talk about sex often who don't like sex. I've seen people who don't even talk about it, who engage in it. Yes, they can engage in this topic as far as the environment is conducive. When you want, I tell couples, I tell people that come to me, discuss sex. Ask your spouse to be and the rest about sex. The only thing I tell you not to do is don't go to his house and ask him about sex. He should not come to your house, especially if you live alone as a lady and you people talk about sex. Yes, you might be in control as a lady. If possible, go somewhere less comfortable or less environment where none of you will be vulnerable to engaging in sex and the rest, and discuss it. I know why. Because here they tell you if you talk about it, you are creating the mind, you are making people engage in it in their mindset. The mind controls everything. Yes, I know. The mind is the superpower of every human being. I agree with you, no doubt. But the point I'm trying to say here, you can live a safe place. Ask your spouse questions. What do you think about sex? How often would you like sex? What is your turn off during sex? Have you engaged in sex? Even if the person is a virgin, ask and know about the person's knowledge or exposure when it comes to sex. And like I said earlier on, discussing sex doesn't really mean one engage in it. You know what I'm talking about. There are people that knows a lot about sex. but they've never tried it. You meet some ladies, they will talk raw, say dirty things, but make a move, try sleeping with them. They will push you. But those that don't discuss, they end up engaging in it. So please, I'm begging you, engage in conversations centered on sex if you're preparing, planning for marriage, because it will really help you. Let me tell you something. There are times that things become tough in life, in marriage. Sex becomes the glue that keeps you people together. With this present economy, if you have a wife or a spouse that you still look attractive to, or you are still attractive to, or is still attractive to you, you will still want to go home even when there is no money. See, the only way you know a marriage is dead or alive is when sexual activity is on the decrease or is absent. Please engage in sexual discussion. Gladly do it. I'm begging you to engage in it. I know, yeah, people will say, no, you are corrupting people and the rest. Bros, sister, who never corrupt. This the same sex topic or sex discussion the church is scared of, afraid of discussing, is what our 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years old sons and daughters are engaging in. Look at the social media right now. Teenagers are engaging in sexual activities that they record themselves. They now leak their sex tapes. So why are we not discussing it? So if you've not watched my previous video where I gave the reasons for changes in sexual intimacy in marriage, especially in marriages maybe under 5 and the rest, go watch that video because it connects to this. It will help you understand this video better.